here, pour out the Jameson for ancestors to swig.
You rescue me yet again. You put me first everywhere. You make me feel better than the multitudes. You rescue me yet again. You put me first everywhere.
Thank you for tuning to the Black Fathers Initiative of Cleveland. Really appreciate the love. Make sure you guys click the link in the bio. Like, subscribe. You know what to do. So you know what we do here, all black everything, black love, black relationships, black community, black solutions, black wealth, all black everything. So today we have my man's ROLAND MARTIN, which I'm a fan of ROLAND. Sometimes he can go off the rails, but pretty much his message is solidified, and he's always going to focus on his message. So that's why I like watching him. But I also watch PBD sometimes, this podcast, because, you know, he has some things where he talks about, you know, being a better man, being a better father, stuff like that, which is cool. But I'm not going to lie, this interview really turned me off to him. So I probably will be unsubscribing to his channel and probably not listening to him as much as I used to, because of this interview here. I believe this interview shows that, you know, since he's from another country, he is very, very ignorant on the issues and the things that black people face every day in this world. And he sounds like a white supremacist in so many words. And I'm quite sure he would say he's not that and he would never be that. But in my opinion, the way he talks and the way he sounds and how he's trying to, how he's talking to ROLAND and some of the things he says to him makes me feel like, you know, he's ignorant to the plight of the black community. So we're gonna watch it. I'm gonna jump in and out because, like I say, ROLAND says some things that definitely make sense, but you will see that old boy acts like he's oblivious to these things and like, you know, these things shouldn't matter, but they do. And let's get to it.
Not in 20 years, not in 30 years, but literally in 100 plus years. No, hold on. Here's the deal though. Okay.
I will show you how Mississippi has the largest percentage of black people in America, run by Republicans, broke as hell. Explain that. Explain me the highest. Tell me when you have. Hold on. Wait.
Don't spin.
No, I'm not spinning.
No, don't.
No. What I'm showing you.
Let's stay on topic.
Hold on. Wait. Hold on.
Let's stay on topic.
We're
the
on
topic is crime 27 out of 30, not economic.
No, he's gonna. This upsets me too when, you know, when black people have an interview with people of another culture. You know, when we go into telling people specifics about a certain situation, because there's so much more to unpack when it comes to racial inequality. But whenever we try to go into the specifics, people are asking us a question. And they'll think it's just a question where we should be saying yes or no. And for individuals who are uneducated, then that may be a yes or no question for them. But for individuals who are educated, a question that you may feel is yes or no, for us, is going to be a little bit more in depth because we know the history, we know why we were put in that position, and things of that nature. So when people say stuff like, and he says it a few times in this interview, oh, you're trying to spin it, oh, don't spin it, stay on topic. I didn't see not one time that ROLAND MARTIN went off a topic. Now, he may have gave you a history or a story behind what you guys are talking about and giving you some examples or some parables that you can, you know, that maybe you can use yourself and kind of think of and be like, oh, if I was in that position, I can understand. But these people act like they can't understand. Like there's no way they could fit. They're like when you say walk in my shoes, there's no way they would walk in our shoes. There's no way they don't even try to walk in our fucking shoes, okay? All they do is ridicule and talk down on us and talk about, oh, well, if he did it, if that black guy can do it, he can do it. Oh, if you rich, you a black guy, you rich. Oh, all black people can be rich. No, that's not how this game is played. That's not how this world works, okay? So let's keep going.
Economic is a different story.
No, it's not.
But I agree with you that we need to get the financial situation.
No. And you're making the mistake.
You went to Mississippi. No, you're making the mistake.
No. Here's the mistake you're making.
27 out of 30.
Here's the mistake you're making. When you say crime, I just obliterated a black conservative in my show on this whole issue. When you say crime, you have to then say, okay, what creates crime? No, what creates crime? What creates crime?
When people are not doing well financially.
What else?
Your surrounding and environment, who you're around.
No, what else?
Pick up habits.
What else?
Bad policies.
No. What else? See, you're jumping to policies.
Right,
It is bad policies. Wait a minute. If I lead a company,
the underpinning. Hold on, wait a second.
If I run a company and I'm the CEO of the company, if the company improves or doesn't improve is based on my policies. I'm the head running the company, the department. If it doesn't improve, it's because of me.
So let me.
What else would it be?
So let me lay it out to you again.
Go for it.
When you talk about what is the underpinning of crime, John Hope Bryant, founder of Operation Hope, this is what he said. He said, "Show me a community where you've seen a riot where the credit score is 700 or higher." The reality is, when you talk about crime in this country, you're talking about economics, you're talking about education, you're talking about housing, you're talking about health. Mm-hmm. Show me areas where you do not have high crime. I'm going to show you areas that don't have the same, aren't as compacted. That's first. What you have is, when you talk about crime in places, you then look at what are the numbers of people there, what are the pockets there, what are those communities, and how did those communities, how were they created literally not over 20, 30 years, but literally over 50, 75, 100 years. Now, that was Jim Crow.
How many years does it take to change?
What are you talking about?
How many years does it take to create change?
How
long does it?
Bro, see, this is the type of shit I'm talking about. How long does it take to create change? Bro, we've had the civil rights movement. They've killed Malcolm X. They killed Martin Luther King. They killed Huey Newton. They tried to dismantle the Black Panthers. They tried to put Angela Davis in jail. All of our activists and everybody that has tried to come out and try to make change, what did they do to them? Okay? What did they do to them? All right? They either killed them or put them in jail. So, once again, I mean, this is the type of rhetoric that pisses me off when it comes to, white people and immigrants talking about racism in America. You can't talk about it, bro. Like, we can have a discussion about it, but you can't tell me I'm wrong or I don't know what I'm talking about when I'm the one who's been suffering here this whole time. Like, this shit crazy. I can't. Oh boy, these folks.
No.
Create change.
First of all, you talking about a black in America.
How long does it take to create change?
When you have had,
yeah.
Okay, walk through 243 years of slavery, 92 years of Jim Crow, and then you get to 1970 when you are technically fully free. You can't act like all of that before did not impact. The issues that you're having now have to do with not Democratic or Republican policies. It has to do with literally white supremacy and Jim Crow in America. We are still, to act as if we are still not dealing with that. How did housing discrimination take place in this country? Do you know who created it?
Federal
government.
The
realtors. They apologized for it.
Why are you going away from the question?
No, because here's the deal, though.
This is what pisses me off. He's like, how are you going away from the question? He's not going away from the question. He's giving you the answer. He's giving you the answer he wants to give you, first and foremost. I'm sorry it's not the answer that you want. He's giving you the answer that he wants to give you, a well-informed answer. Not just a yes or no, but an informed answer, giving you some examples of why we talk about white supremacy and white supremacy still going on in this country. And what white supremacy has done to keep black people, in a certain position.
You don't want to deal with what creates crime areas.
You got to realize this. Listen,
nobody wants to deal with
the real truth. How they create it. What you're dealing with is, there are democratic areas. What I'm dealing with is how do you deal with the historical reality of neighborhoods that simply can't be just, we elected one person and then it's going to change it. Roland, doesn't work that way.
Roland, I'm Middle Eastern, okay? I was born in Iran, 10 years. My mother's a communist, my dad's an imperialist. We escape, we go to Germany. I lived at a refugee camp for 2 years, okay, with people who are Yugoslavian, Czech, Albanian at the time, and they're all leaving for a reason. I come to the States, okay? I'm a welfare baby. I'm a food stamp baby.
Okay.
Just letting you know, my parents are divorced twice in 20 years. I'm going to Glendale High School. I have a lunch ticket I would sell because I don't have any money. I'm 6'1", 130 pounds. That should tell you the fact that we don't come from a lot of money. One day, I'm in the school, and my teacher starts talking about politics. Up until that point, when I think about politics, all I think about is divorce. Because I think about my mom and dad arguing all the time. I have a lot of pain linked to politics at the time. And the teacher's, obviously the teacher's going to be a Democrat because she's presenting how rich people are this rich. I'm like, okay, great, rich people are bad. So I come home.
I obviously
13-1. That's the number. That's
dude. I had a whole lot of damn Republican teachers in my life.
Well, I like stats, and the stats are 13-1 is Democrats to Republican. You know the stats. So I come home and I say, Mom, are we Republicans or Democrats? And she said, we're Democrats. I said, tell me why. She says, because the Democrats are for the poor, Republicans are for the rich. So my mom says. You know what I told her? I said, when I grow up, I want to be a Republican. Not because I want to be a Republican. I don't know what the policies are.
So first of all, who's actually for the rich and the poor? Who?
Who is for the rich and the poor?
She said it. She said Republicans are for the rich, Democrats are for the poor. Is that you say you love? Is it true or not?
First of all,
is it true or not?
Whether that's true, statistically, more rich people are on the Democratic side today than
the Republican
side.
But no. You say who are for, not who's rich, but who are they for, the policy.
But Roland, this is you. You're smart.
No, your mom said it.
I understand, but you're a smart guy, bro. Listen, when I watch you, you're not a dummy. You're very smart, okay?
Say shit
so
like that.
sometimes John Maxwell says something very important that I completely held to myself. And every time I break this, I don't like it. He said, the moment you learn sales and you learn persuasion, okay? The moment you learn the ability how to persuade, you, me, we learn how to persuade. He says, be very careful to not go one step above that, which is to manipulate just to win all arguments, because you can't.
Now, I feel like the person who told him that was a white man, more than likely. And the reason he told him that is because, once again, he was probably a rich and he probably knew how to manipulate the system, and he was just telling him, like, yeah, I'm good at this shit. And, yo, you shouldn't do this shit because it's going to manipulate the system. But if you need to do it, I taught it to you, so make it happen. That's how white people do shit.
You can win any argument if you want to. You can play devil's advocate and flip the argument, play the Republican side, and you make one hell of an argument to be the Democrat because you can do that. You have the ability, I have the ability as well. I don't want to do that. What I'm asking you right now is the following.
Bro?
Results. Today, 27 out of 30 cities that are ran by Democrats are the highest crime in America. That's stats.
What states are those in? What are those states?
The states are different than the community.
New York, Chicago,
LA. But that's not the thing. The state is the community. The city is where...
The state is not the community.
About?
The city you're in is what you can touch. Every year you come up and you say, re-elect me, I can help.
The state. Listen, I am born and raised in Texas, Houston, Clinton Park. To act as if... What? No.
Oh, so then what you're saying is, let's stop voting for mayors. They're a waste of time.
No, see.
Because they can't do anything.
First of all, I didn't say that. Let me finish my thought. I am born and raised in Houston, Texas. Grew up in Clinton Park neighborhood. To act as if what happens in Austin does not have an impact on Houston is crazy.
You're making excuses now.
No, I'm not.
You're making excuses.
Okay, here's the deal.
How's he making an excuse?
See, it's real easy to say it's excuses when I'm stating facts. And the point I'm stating is...
That's not a fact. That's just an opinion.
No, it's a fact. The state of Texas significantly has an impact economically, educationally on what happens in Houston. That's a fact.
Yeah, but
as somebody who, as a kid, traveled with my mom to rallies and events with the metropolitan organization and the state capitol, I understand.
Did you grow up rich?
Who?
Did you grow up rich?
No, my parents didn't even go to college.
How are you rich then?
What do you mean how?
How are you rich?
Here's how.
How are you rich?
No, here's how.
Yeah.
Because first and foremost, the neighborhood that I grew up in it was one of the first master plan communities by HUD. What you had in my neighborhood was you had folks, first of all, I had mom and dad, one, who also
married
who
together.
Also,
that was a big
they're
part
still
of
married,
it.
56 years, who absolutely believed in education. Now, What I recognize is, so for me, in my household, what my parents emphasized, never went to college. Then my brother went to Texas A&M. I went to Texas A&M. My sister went to Texas A&M. And so that was our house. What I recognize is that somebody who is next door or across the street or around the corner did not have the situation that I had.
Right.
Now, I totally get that. What I don't do is be arrogant enough to say, well, I did this. Why can't you?
Exactly.
Because I understand that not everyone has the exact same setup, the same situation. What I'm talking about, and this is the, again.
But why not give that story of inspiration to say you can get out of it?
First of all, you say, why not?
Why
I'm
not?
sorry. Yeah, you clearly have never watched my show when what I talk about consistently are these very issues. I don't sit here and go do doom and gloom. First of all, every single Tuesday on my show, I feature actual black-owned businesses. Every single Wednesday, I feature African-Americans who have tech companies.
I love that.
Every Friday, I actually feature a segment called Education Matters, folks who are in the education space, school choice. I got HBCU Connect. So I do all of that. But one second.
But you know why I said that? Let me tell you why I said that. Because you said, I'm not the one that says, look at me, I got out, so can you. That's what you said.
No. Here's why I say that. Because it is arrogant when, as an individual, I'm assuming everyone else's situation is the same. That's first. Two,
That's wrong.
It's also arrogant to then not actually study and look at how, from a macro level, see, you're describing a micro level. You can always have that singular individual or this person or that person or this family. That's micro. What I'm talking about is macro issues. And what I'm saying is, when I look at communities, that's not micro, that's macro. Even within the African-American community, when you dealt with Jim Crow, you couldn't live anywhere else. You literally could not live anywhere else. Bottom line is, if you were black and had money, and then you were black and broke, you were literally living in the same neighborhood. After Jim Crow ends with integration, what then happened? Those African Americans who were middle class, upper middle class, began to move away. What then began to happen was you had areas where poverty increased even more so.
Why move away, though? Why move away?
Because
if you care about the community, why not stay there and change it?
Well,
crack.
First of all, does anybody else move?
Crack.
What do you mean?
It's why black people moved out the hood.
How do you think suburbs were created?
But wait a minute.
What do you mean? How do you think
Crack.
white flight was created? So everybody else get to move, but we can't move?
But if you act like you care about the community as much as you do, stay there.
But hold on, but I'll answer your question. Do you know
Crack.
why? Because when African Americans were living in black neighborhoods, they also had economically depressed housing values, and the reality is they were not able to
change it. Help change it.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I am.
That's why.
I'll give you an idea.
That's why I'm done. After this, I probably don't even watch this guy no more, man. Because in my opinion, this interview here showed a lot of detachment from real reality. It showed that, in my opinion, he's more of a white person than anything. Like he says, I'm Armenian or whatever. That's white. You're white. You're Caucasian. So that means you benefit from the system of white supremacy, sir. The reason that you're probably in the position that you're in is because of white supremacy, sir. So why don't you try to change it? Since you know it's a problem and you know white supremacy exists, why don't you try to change it? Oh, you're not going to try to change it because it's the reason that you are in the position that you are, and your benefits from it is just so outrageous that why would you want to change it? Exactly. So yeah, I'm done with PDB, whatever the hell his name is, peanut butter and jelly. I'm done with this guy.
Are you familiar with Palmdale?
I'm gonna need you to be drug tested. Seriously.
Yeah.
Do you even know today?
He don't
We've
care.
done the stories in Florida.
Look, he doesn't care, and that's why I don't think I would even be able to sit in a and have a conversation with a man like this because of the ignorant things he says. And then on top of that, I know that you really don't care. Like what? Like you're sitting here like, well, why did you leave? Why didn't you try to make a change in there? Well, you know what's going on. You know about white supremacy. You know about what black people are going through with defunding the police and things of that nature. Have you tried to help? Have you gave any money? Have you been in any black communities and done anything to talk to the police and, try to get our black communities back online? Hell no, you haven't. And you won't because you're not black. So you could care less. So of course you're going to say, well, why haven't you done it? Why didn't you? Why did you leave? Why did you stay? Why did you? Bro, because of our environments, a lot of black people moved because of one reason, bro. And that was crack, okay? Crack cocaine got a lot of black people out the black community into the suburbs, okay? Because their mentality was, I cannot raise my child in this community of poverty and drugs. I gotta move out of here as fast as I can. And that's what a lot of black people did, okay? That's why a lot of people didn't stay to help the community, because if we stayed to try to help the community, we would either end up locked up in jail or dead, shot and dead somewhere, you know, because the police think that everybody sells drugs. The police thinks that everybody's a crackhead. The police is treating people, you know, aggressively. You know, once again, before Tyree Nichols, and RIP that young man, before Tyree Nichols, the police been beating niggas up, okay? They been beating us up. I done been whooped by cops a few times when I was young. It was something that they just did, all right? When Vice hit the block, they whoop you. If you ran, they whoop your ass, period, point blank. So police brutality and violence has always been a part of this country, all right? Starting all the way back to the slave catchers. But like I said, with this guy here, his Armenian white butt, I'm done with him. Like he seems to be one of, and you know what? He's not the only person. Most white people you talk to about racism act like they have no clue what the fuck it is. They have no clue about white supremacy. What's white supremacy, huh? What? White people holding black people back. What, huh? Listen to this.
When somebody's black selling their house, the appraisers will come in and literally give them a value $100,000 to $300,000 less because they're black. You know that that's actually happened, right?
You'll take one story and say that.
Oh my God!
On how many occasions?
Right. So he says you take one story and say that, bro. This is something that is going on in this country. Period. That's not one story. I've heard probably 5 stories between COVID and now. I've probably heard at least 5 to 10 stories about this happening to black people, and about how black people have had to take, you know, had to act like they're white families to get their home appraised at the white price. So